It had been going so well for Real Madrid. They rallied, of course, after that debacle in Paris, put themselves top of the Liga. Well, all of that good was undone with a terrible performance at the Bernabeu. They were 2-0 down at half-time, somehow managed to get it back to 2-2. Sid Lowe, you were there. This was terrible, wasn't it? Why was it so bad?
Well, it's difficult to really put your finger on it. And Zidane said after the game that the 2 goals that Brugge scored were a bit of a joke, and that's true. And they were both disastrously dealt with by Real Madrid. In both cases, Madrid were very much part of the reason why they conceded those goals. I think that after the first one in particular, it felt like Madrid were kind of disoriented for a while. They couldn't quite believe this was going on, that they couldn't shake themselves out of this kind of stupefaction, this sense of what on earth is this? And every time, the Madrid then obviously took the game to Bruges, which is what you would anticipate them doing. But every single time that Bruges went forward, which obviously wasn't a huge amount, but when it happened, Madrid looked really, really vulnerable. And there's a really good save from Courtois early in the first half. There's another time when Bruges are racing away and the flag goes up, I think, wrongly. They score 2 goals in the first half. Madrid missed 1 or 2 semi-good chances, one very, very good chance to Toni Kroos, and there's a brilliant save from Mignolet. And then, of course, you get the second half reaction. But I must admit, I think that even the second half reaction is a little bit false. And you saw the statistics there, 27 shots from Real Madrid. But I think that massively exaggerates how likely it was that Real Madrid would score. I think they created maybe 1 really clear chance in the second half. I think it was a lot of shooting from kind of 20, 25 yards. It really wasn't going to cause too many problems. And they were just awful. And Zidane afterwards was saying, look, our second half reaction was really good. I'm very pleased with that. But in the first half, we were dreadful. I must admit, I don't think they were that good in the second half either.
How does this happen? A team that has had so much success with these players, Kroos, Casemiro, Modric, all in the midfield, Ramos, Varane, all have won everything. They were terrible today.
Yeah, Lucas Vazquez looked as if he'd just been pulled out the crowd as well.
And Eden Hazard as well.
Eden Hazard had some more touches in the second half, but that was only because he had hardly any in the first half. He was invisible. But, you know, what they did, Nacho got the hook at half-time. Courtois went off because he was supposedly ill. Areola, as Sid mentioned, made a great save from a Ramos mistake in the second half. Otherwise, it was 3-0, game dead and buried. The one that he's talking about said the offside that was given in the first half, the player to me looked as if he was still in his own half just, or he was through on goal. What Bruges worked out quickly was that their pacey front guys, if they hit it in behind quickly, they could catch them out because the full-backs had pushed on and arguably one of the centre-backs had stepped in as well and they were left super exposed. It looked to me like Real Madrid, there was an arrogance of saying, we don't really have to defend much against this team because we're so much better of them. And then they get bit in the backside big time, particularly with the balls in behind. Yeah. I totally agree with Sid. I think it absolutely flatters them that they got back in this game and got something out of it because they were not good.
Well, thank you very much for watching ESPN on YouTube. For more sports highlights and analysis, be sure to download the ESPN app. And for live streaming, premium content, and let's not forget as well, ESPNFC 7 days a week. Subscribe to ESPN+.